President Biden is now undergoing treatment after being diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. Making prostate screenings a priority for men is the equivalent of mammograms for women. That's why our next guest is offering free PSA screenings for men through the end of this month. Urologist Dr. David Shusterman is live here now to discuss the importance of prostate health as well as the signs and symptoms men should never ignore. Dr. Shusterman, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me on.
I want to ask you first, the former president diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Talk more about that.
Well, it was just interesting. Most of the time you would diagnose prostate cancer well before the, kind of this more aggressive, kind of advanced stage. Typically, we would do PSA screenings, and we would find it at a stage that is very easily treatable. And a lot of times, actually, we find it at a stage where you don't actually even need treatment, you just need watchful waiting. So a lot of the times our paradigm for prostate cancer treatment has shifted pretty well for the last 5 to 10 years, where we are going more towards watchful waiting for the less aggressive forms of prostate cancer. But of course, when you have a prostate cancer such as Joe Biden's, which is Gleason 9, then you have to treat it.
So there is a chance that an early screening could have caught this a bit sooner.
Absolutely. I think that if we started screening him 10 years before, I think he stopped screening officially in 2014. Now they checked it again, and now it's advanced metastatic to the bone. So that's very disturbing. They should have probably been checking it since 2014.
You mentioned the PSAs there. What is that screening for, and what do you look for in those results?
Well, the PSA is simply a blood test, and when you take a blood test, the PSA is a hormone that's only made in the prostate. It's not a hormone per se, it's a protein that actually helps break down the sperm to make it less thick, and that's only made in the prostate. And so therefore, when it's elevated, we know that they have a higher risk of having prostate cancer. So that's our early warning system to detecting prostate cancer. We don't want to detect it at Joe Biden's stage, because at that stage it's much harder to actually get it under control.
And when should men start getting screening?
Well, it all depends on the risk factors. So African American men, for example, have a 2 to 3 times higher risk of having prostate cancer, as well as people who have a family history of prostate cancer. So those people, we recommend that they start getting screened at age 40 to age 45. And then the regular general population should start getting screening at age 50.
If your results come back with high prostate levels, what do you do then?
Well, at that point, we just simply do a biopsy. I mean, we could do additional imaging. We can do rechecking it just to make sure it was elevated. Sometimes there's a fluke number. PSA could vary during the day. It could vary after sex, for example. It could go up. So there are reasons why the PSA may be elevated one time and then normal the next time. But the main thing is just to get the level checked and then to get a biopsy. The biopsy is a very simple, easy test. Almost very little risk to doing it, and it gives us results within a week.
There are also signs, too, that cannot be ignored here. Is that right?
There is. The main sign of more advanced prostate cancer is like weight loss, bone pain, just basically feeling malaise. You should get checked out, get your PSA checked, get your testosterone checked. All these things could point to a diagnosis of prostate cancer. But the main thing is, I stress this a lot, is that the PSA is our only real early warning system, because once the prostate cancer develops, then you start getting a lot of the problems that Joe Biden had, which led to his diagnosis.
You have to be proactive. Dr. Shusterman, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And here are the details. If you want to schedule a free exam, just call that number on your screen there. It's 212-991-9991.